This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Pleased to welcome into studio four young Turks, Mohammad, Karanvir, three young Turks, if I can count myself as the fourth. Mohammad, Karanvir, Malhotra and Yash, Dholye. Hi guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. The reason they're here is because tomorrow, which is the 19th, is when Selection Day, their fabulous series, sees a launch of season 2 on Netflix. I have to tell you guys, I thoroughly enjoyed season 1 and great performances by all three of you. Wonderful stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's start with the cricket of it. Yeah. Mohammad Samad, you play Manjunath,
Yes.
a character that sees many layers. Most of the time you're really upset and harrowed because the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Were you a cricket fan at all, or is it during the series that you picked up nuances of the game?
Yeah, actually, I'm not a cricket fan. So मुझे एक्चुअली इसके बीच में ही अच्छा लगना शुरू हुआ था जब मैंने प्रैक्टिस करना स्टार्ट किया था और रिहर्सल हमारी स्टार्ट हुई थी तब उसमें मेरे को थोड़ा ठीक लगा क्रिकेट.
मतलब पहले आप कोई भी रुचि नहीं रखते थे उसमें?
बिल्कुल नहीं.
कतई भी नहीं?
बिल्कुल नहीं.
और आसपास वाले खेलते थे तो आप क्या खेलते थे?
मैं थोड़ा बहुत मैंने गली क्रिकेट खेला है कभी वो भी अंडर आर्म बॉल्स में.
तो प्रॉपर क्रिकेट बॉल के बाद पहली दफा ये खेल रहे थे आप? अच्छा. और आप वैसे है कहाँ से? मुंबई से हैं कि मुंबई से बाहर से? हैदराबाद से?
हरिद्वार रोड.
हरिद्वार से आप?
यस.
क्या बात है, मतलब लक्ष्मण झूला जहाँ पर है.
हाँ.
क्या बात है भाई. तो जो आपका बचपन है वो वादियों में बीता है और पहाड़ों में बीता है, तो इस मुंबई नगरी में जो क्रिकेट का पैशन है उसको आप समझ पाए अब 2 सीजन करने के बाद?
हाँ, मुझे इतना समझ में आ गया कि यहाँ पे लोग क्रिकेट के बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ैन हैं और जब रात को ऐसे घूमते हैं ना कभी तो काफ़ी लोग ऐसे आके पूछ भी लेते हैं कि आप किसके फ़ैन हो, मुंबई के या फिर इसके हैदराबाद के. ऐसे होता है.
But did you start off wanting to be an actor at all, or did you come through a casting process which just picked you up ऐसे ही? How did it happen?
So ऐसे ही हुआ है मेरा भी. मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था मैं एक्टिंग करूँगा या वो करूँगा. तो जब मैं फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने किया था मेरे घर के पास ही शूट हुआ था तो उसमें मैंने जितना सीखा वो है. और फिर हरामखोर मैंने उसके बाद की, फिर जब तुम्बाड़ मैंने की उसके बाद मेरे को इंटरेस्ट आने लगा एक्टिंग में. फिर उसके बाद मैंने सोचा और आगे करना है मेरे को.
क्या बात है. तो तुम्बाड़, उसके पहले हरामखोर में हमारी एक दोस्त थी श्वेता
त्रिपाठी.
हाँ अच्छा, उसी फिल्म में थे आप?
हाँ जी.
माफ़ कीजिएगा हम देख नहीं पाए उस फिल्म को, लेकिन श्वेता बहुत कहती हैं कि उस फिल्म को देखना चाहिए. अब देख लेंगे आपकी वजह से. तो उस फिल्म में काम करके कैसा लगा, और उसके बाद इसमें काम करना, यानी कि डायरेक्ट डायगनली ऑपोजिट है ना, इसका कुछ तालमेल है ही नहीं. ये दोनों जो एक्सपीरियंस है उसके बारे में बताइए.
एक्सपीरियंस ये था कि जब पहले मैं नवाज सर के साथ काम किया था इसमें हरामखोर में, तो वो काफ़ी हमें सिखाते थे कि कैसे काम करना है, किस तरह से एक्सप्रेशन देने हैं, वो सब. तो इसमें ये हुआ कि इसमें मेरे को खुद ही करना पड़ा सब कुछ. जितना करण सर ने, उदयन सर ने मेरे को बताया कि ऐसे करना है, मैंने वैसे किया है. और काफ़ी अलग एक्सपीरियंस रहा है दोनों में मेरा.
Wonderful. Okay, we move on now to Karanvir Malhotra, who plays Javed. So, are you as bratty in real life?
I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm not that bratty. I am bratty when it comes to the things that I like to do. But in this, I had to amplify it to another dimension, I'd say, because he is a character who's starkly different to me, in terms of the kind of riches he comes from and the kind of upbringing he has and the kind of attitude that he has. So that was something that was fun to play, and that was very cathartic, to be honest, because you can't do it. I can't be that big a brat in my everyday life. So it was really fun. It was fun to play it on screen, I'd say.
And were you as far removed from cricket as our friend here?
Not that far removed, but I'm from Delhi originally, so the cricket culture in Delhi is also quite intense. And I used to train as a kid, and I had a strong interest in cricket. I'd say it's actually one of the favorite sports that I enjoy playing and even watching. At one point of time, I wanted to be a cricketer, but I soon realized that I don't have that in me to play further for the states or something like that. So I used to play for my school team actually. Hence,
which school was that?
Delhi Public School.
Okay, DPS.
And
I'm given to understand there are many branches. There's one at RK Puram, there's one in
so
Noida.
I used to be in Dwarka.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
My mother was a teacher there actually.
Ooh.
So before that, I was in the FO school, and I moved there because my mom
Mother
was a
teacher means you can't get up to no good. You have to behave.
I have to. Yes, I have. I've had a very traumatized childhood in that
Traumatic
sense. hence, all that catharsis comes from that underlying emotion that I couldn't portray in my school and my
That's
school
very
days.
interesting, my friend. So, did your director or your producer encourage you to read Arvind Adiga's novel at all, or were you told to just do your own thing and not necessarily dive into the novel?
Yeah, not necessarily, because they wanted all of us actually to have a very fresh approach. And the thing is, there are elements and themes from the book that have been picked up, but they obviously have made it into a screen. They've adapted it into a screenplay, obviously. Hence, there are a lot of things that have been added, a lot of things that have been subtracted from the book, but the essential essence of the book still remains. Hence, they actually told us to avoid reading the book so that we don't put a lot of information into our brains, because a lot of information that we wouldn't need to act and to play the characters necessarily. So hence we were told to avoid reading the book. But I read it anyway before the auditions because I was very curious about this book, and I'm a big fan of The White Tiger. So
What a book that was.
yeah,
man.
that was a really good book, and that prompted me to read Selection Day.
For those of you who've been living under a rock and you haven't caught season 1 as yet, please start binge watching right away on Netflix. Selection Day, perhaps one of the best that I've seen off late. It basically talks about these two brothers who come to Mumbai city in pursuit of a career in cricket, courtesy their very, very strict father. I don't want to give too much of the story away, but that's basically a precedent for you guys. Manjunath Kumar and Radha are the brothers. They're played by Mohammad and Yash, and they have a friend for Manjunath, enemy for Radha, which is Karanvir Malhotra, is also in studio. I have to say, Yash, that amongst all these three, your technique is the best for a cricket fan. I mean, and I am one.
Yeah.
When I see you bat, I say, boss, this guy knows his cricket. Or are you just a very good actor?
No, basically I love playing cricket. I've also been a part of my school team. I was the 16th man in that team.
So you're the fifth on the bench.
Yeah, I was there to give the drinks to the players in
And
the break.
you're a Mumbaikar?
Yes, I'm a Mumbaiker, born and brought up in South Mumbai. So I've been playing cricket. I've attended summer camps in the grounds in the South Mumbai. So I have.
Did you go to the Elfring Circle Academy?
No.
The Oval Maidan?
No, I went in one of the 5 grounds at the Marine Drive.
Okay.
So I have
The
been playing
Gymkhanas.
cricket. Yeah, the
The
Gymkhanas.
Gymkhanas. Yeah.
So I've been playing cricket for quite a while now, and the gully cricket is still on. We keep on playing it in the college or in my gully. So I've been playing it quite seriously whenever I get time. So I just love, and that's why you can see the technique on the screen, which is quite perfect.
Yeah, I'm surprised you were the 16th man, because your cover drive, even though your batting outside the off stump is not supposed to be very good. At the end, you kind of master it and do a great job on it. So where were nets? Yeah, where were you guys practicing? Were you set up at a particular place because you had to get the cricket right?
Yes.
Yeah. So where was it?
So it was Prabodhkar.
We were actually practicing in Parel.
Yeah.
Parla, sorry, in Parla, Vilepale. So we used to practice every day for 2-3 hours, and
Did you have a coach? Did you have a
yes.
coach?
In fact, the credit goes to the coach that we are looking so good when it comes to
Do you remember his
techniques.
name? Do you know?
Siddharth
Hazare.
And
Hazare.
he trained us. So we
Yeah,
trained
he has a
every day.
credit at the end. I
Yes.
noticed that.
And not just that, even on the days of shoot, he played such an integral role because there were some shots, where we actually had to play a particular shot in a particular direction because of how the cameras were placed, and he really helped us with the bowling, with the techniques, and with the foot movements, which I was extremely bad at, because for me, the entire ideology was just to hit the ball out of the park and be all strong and macho about it. But he told me, okay, forget the kind of cricket that you've played and just focus on the technique. So we actually did a lot of exercises when it came to the foot movements, how to raise the bat properly. So we all had to start from the scratch, and a big credit goes to him and the kind of dedication that he. If I were a coach, I would have given up on us because we were so hopeless. And it was a lot of fun for us, and it's because of that collaborative nature that he had that we did whatever we could.
So, Yash has a history as far as cricket is concerned. Samad has a history as far as acting is concerned. And you would have me believe that you don't have a history with either, or not a complete history. Have you acted before?
So I come from theatre. When I was in Delhi, I was in Delhi University, and we used to do theatre there. I moved to Melbourne when I was 19 because my family moved there, and since I've been there, I was a part of the independent theatre circuit there.
What are you saying, bro?
So,
that's amazing.
I used to do a lot of fringe festivals and short plays. So we used to carry plays, at different locations, whether it's a small pub, even in a library. So we just used to be a group of 4 or 5 people. There used to be an independent director. And so, I come from theatre, and I luckily got a break in Bombay in one of the projects that I've done, which isn't out yet. And it was very coincidental how I got this role. Tess just saw me in a restaurant, and she felt that I suit this character, and she called me for an audition. And
wow!
And
she actually saw you in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Is this the same Tess who does the Spoken Fest? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Tess
Yeah. I've met her. So she's cast.
She's a casting director.
She's your casting director.
And
Interesting.
So
you're a bona fide actor.
I would like to think so.
समद ये बताएं, एक तो पहले आप नवाजुद्दीन सिद्दीकी के साथ काम कर चुके हैं, उसके बाद अब 2 और महारथी एक्टर हैं. एक तो महेश मांजरेकर साहब हो गए, राजेश तेलंग भी हो गए जो खुद इतने अच्छे कलाकार हैं, और साथ में रत्ना पाठक शाह भी हैं जिनको नकारा नहीं जा सकता. तो इन सब लोगों से क्या सीख मिली आपको? इनके साथ काम करके नर्वसनेस तो हुआ होगा?
नर्वसनेस एक्चुअली बहुत ज़्यादा हुआ स्टार्टिंग में. जब भी मैं किसी का काम करता हूँ, लाइक वो यश हो, करण हो, सबके साथ नर्वसनेस ना रहती है थोड़ी सी मेरी.
इनके साथ क्या नर्वस होने की जरूरत है?
थोड़ी बहुत तो रहती है. लाइक
हम अमरुद लोग हैं यार ये लोग तो.
महेश सर ने तो मुझे काफ़ी सिखाया कि लाइक कैसे आपको खड़े रहना है जब कैमरा आपके सामने हो, और कैसे आपको एक्ट करना है. वो सब कुछ उन्होंने मेरे को काफ़ी सिखाया. तो उन्होंने एक बार उनसे पूछा भी था कि सर मैं कोई एक्टिंग क्लास ज्वाइन करूँ, तो उन्होंने मेरे को मना कर दिया कि नहीं, तो ये करने की ज़रूरत नहीं, तो करता रहे जैसे कर रहा है, अच्छा करता है. सो लाइक रत्ना पाठक मैम, वो तो जब हम बैठते साथ में सीन होता था, जब थोड़ा फ्री टाइम मिलता था उनसे बात करते थे, और लाइक वो भी काफ़ी अच्छी रही हमारे साथ, और सभी लोग अच्छे से बात करते थे. सो मज़ा आया उनके साथ.
Wonderful. This show is fantastic because even though the premise is cricket, it talks about human relationships.
Exactly.
And there are some wonderful relationships that play out. In the first season, there are references to your mother. Is that story taken forward? What can people expect in season 2? Without giving too much of the story away. Yash, what would you like to say?
I think they can expect good relations that they are expecting, because I don't know what to say much, because that is the main premise of the story that goes ahead. So they can expect a good story, a good young adult drama that we all face in our life, which is pretty natural at the teenage or in the young 20s or school days. So that is what they can expect, and they can relate to it pretty well, because we did while shooting, not directly, indirectly though, but still we can relate to the story, and I'm sure the audience will also relate to the story as well.
Because he's a Mumbaiker, he's a Bombay boy, he would know the history of the Harris Shield, for example, and the Shivaji Park being a mecca of cricket. Were you aware of Sachin Tendulkar, Vinod Kambli, the Shardashram School, the World Record Partnership, all of that? Were you acutely aware of that when you got onto this show?
I was acutely aware of it because of the interest I have in the sport. Also because Arvind Riga talks a lot about it in the book. He has a lot of references in the book Selection Day where he talks about the partnership and the grounds. He really, gets into the nitty-gritties of the teams and the kind of atmosphere that he creates in his story. So that's where I got a little bit of a sense of what it's going to be like. But I was completely far away from it being Javed because I had this little world of mine which I felt that I owned. And so yeah, the awareness was there, but I didn't have a lot to play with it because it was a world that these two boys face when they come to Mumbai. And I was happy being privileged and being a bully. It was
मैं आपको एक ट्रिविया बताता हूँ. शिव पंडित जो आपके साथ एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं इसमें, ये इस शो पे काम करते थे, मेरे प्रोग्राम पे काम करते थे एक्टर बनने से पहले. अब ये सुनकर विनय जो कभी कैमरा वर्क कर रहे हैं, उनके अंदर भी मतलब कुछ खिलखिला रहा है. वो सोच रहे हैं कल के ये भी स्टार बन जाएंगे. तो शिव ने कुछ साल के लिए रेडियो में काम किया और तब भी मैं उसको बार बार बोलता था कि भाई एक्टर बनना है तो बाहर जाके ऑडिशन दो, एंड फाइनली इट्स सो वंडरफुल टू सी हिम, एंड उनके साथ तो मज़ा आया होगा काम करते हुए. बड़े ज़बरदस्त आदमी है, ग्रेट सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर, वंडरफुल चैप. तो बताइए उसके बारे में.
एक्चुअली वो लोग मेरे बड़े भाई की तरह ही हैं. सो हम मिले हैं 1-2 बार, बीच में भी हमने बात की है, लेकिन हम खाने पे मिले हैं, डिनर वगैरह पे, और उनका मेरे को फ़ोन आता रहता है कि समझ कहाँ पे है, मस्ती करते हैं, चल कुछ. लाइक ही इज़ अ फैंटास्टिक मैन.
Fantastic. And that is such an interesting part of the story, isn't it? Come on, all you guys who haven't seen season 1, time for you to go do Selection Day on Netflix. The fact that Manju's character has a conversation with a god who's a very cool god, a very modern kind of god.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
Radha knows nothing about it because though we can see him in the scene, but he knows nothing about it, about the god. And that's a funny it's an interesting aspect of the story where the god is interacting with him when he's not even interested in it, and where I am praying, yaar please मुझे जीता दो, मेरा ये करो वो करो, and still he's not interacting with me. So that is a fun element that it is in the show. So it's good to see that, like something different. Nowadays we don't see this kind of thing. It is a bit of a light touch in the story.
And do you have siblings in real life? Do you have a brother or sister?
No, I'm a single child.
Wow. It must be so interesting for you as a single child to have this kind of a relationship play out on screen.
Yes.
I mean, it is a wonderful relationship. He's almost like your wingman. He's supposed to take care of you.
Yes,
at points he doesn't, at points he does.
Yes.
So it's a very special relationship. Talk about that.
Well, it is. Though it was not difficult for me to portray it on the screen because we are really good friends. We constantly keep on fighting in the vanity or whenever we meet, and it was not difficult to portray because I didn't approach it as a sibling thing. We were just what we are, and we just followed the story, and the way Marston has written in the script, it has everything in it. So we didn't have to do anything different to have that bonding to be seen on screen.
अच्छा, आपके प्रोड्यूसर अनिल कपूर साहब हैं, मुलाकात हुई कि नहीं उनसे? एक बार भी?
2-3 बार हुई है.
क्या बात कर रहे हो यार, झकास हो गया आपके साथ. तो कैसा लगा उनसे, क्या कहा आपने, ये बताइए. सबसे जरूरी बात.
मैंने एक्चुअली कुछ नहीं कहा, मैं शांत खड़ा हुआ था. सो अनिल सर ही बोल रहे थे कि आपने अच्छा काम किया है सिलेक्शन डे. उन्होंने देखी 2-3 बार उन्होंने भी, उनको मेरा काम काफ़ी अच्छा लगा था. बाकी सबका काम बहुत अच्छा लगा था उनको.
That must have been cool to hang out with him, the youngest actor in the film business. Yeah. He is, isn't he?
He is.
So he's really young.
In fact, I'll share an anecdote. So
yeah, you must.
We hadn't met him, we had almost shot the first part, and it was very later that we got to meet him. So we remember the day when he came to the grounds, and we were actually having lunch. So we three used to share a vanity. We used to be all around each other all the time. So we got to know that he wants to meet us, and that's the time when we just finished having our lunch.
Actually, we were having a lunch. We were having our plates in our hand, and I got a call from the assistant director that, are you guys free? Come, AK is expecting you. He wants to meet. what, we just kept our plates there and just ran away very well.
And then
We
you
just
know,
ran.
it was so funny. 3 of us were running, and we were saying, "Arey, is there anything stuck on my
Yeah.
head? Are my hair okay? You know, is my dress?" Because we were in our cricket whites and they were all dirty and messed up. Am I too sweaty? You know, we were just spraying deodorants all around us to look all actorly and well kempt. But
Calming ourselves down.
and yeah, but when we met him, it just the entire, he's such a warm person, and the first thing he asked us was, "Khana khaya kya?" That's it. And everything was calm after that, and the energies just kind of mellowed down. And
Lovely.
we had a good session. So that was the first experience meeting
A
him.
good producer always asks you if you're well fed, brother.
Yeah.
That shows that apart from being a great actor, he's a great producer. So, season 1 had a different director, season 2 had a different director. Yeah. So the difference in those directors, just a little bit about the directors. Tell us about that, Yash.
Well, I would rather say we didn't feel any difference because they gave us the liberty to approach our characters in our own ways. They incorporated our ideas. They asked what we feel about the characters, what we feel about the story, and the main thing was the story, which we all were interested in, and we were lined up to the story. So it was much different for us, though it was great working with two different directors coming from two different cultural backgrounds, because Udayan sir is from London and Karan sir is from Mumbai. So it was great experience for us to work with two different directors in the debut work.
So where were the cricket matches filmed? Were they in Maidans in Mumbai? Yeah?
Yes. In the different Maidans of
different,
Mumbai.
Maidans in Mumbai, and in fact we shot at different locations. Some were at Shivaji Park, then one was at Gymkhana. There were a lot of locations, in fact, for the cricket.
Yes.
Majorly we shot at St. Andrew's School in Bandra. The initial Harris Shield matches happened there, and in fact that ground had to, the production team groomed that ground in a certain way that it has that feel of a school Harris Shield place where we can play, because it wasn't fertilized in that way before we started
That is a
playing
football
there.
ground.
And yeah, so there were special nets that were put on there. There was a pitch that was prepared, and in fact, because the pitch was so fresh initially when we started playing, because it was a fresh pitch that was made especially for the show. It was a little hard for us to pick the ball up, and but
Yeah,
in
because
the
we
end,
were
yeah.
also practicing on the turf, so
On
it
the
was
turf, yes.
difficult for us to get the ball initially, but later on we were.
And
okay
also it
with
was
that.
around the monsoon season, so it was because of the moisture in the air, the pitch wasn't that hard, so we used to have the ball hitting us all over. So,
आप दोनों को जब स्क्रीन पे देखता हूँ, दोनों भाइयों को, और जब आप अपने स्क्रीन के फादर जो पिताजी हैं राजेश तेलंग के सामने खड़े होते हैं, देयर इज नो अदर वे टू डिस्क्राइब इट, बट ऐसा लगता है कि आपकी हमेशा फटी रहती है. तो इतने स्कैरी लगते हैं तेलंग साहब, इतने अच्छे एक्टर हैं, तो उनके साथ ऑफ स्क्रीन ऑफ सेट कैसा रिलेशनशिप था? क्या वो इतने ही डरावने हैं? उनसे कभी मिला नहीं हूँ, उनसे कभी नहीं मिला हूँ, इसीलिए पूछ रहा हूँ मैं आपसे.
वो एक्चुअली बहुत ही अच्छे हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छे हैं. लाइक ऑफ स्क्रीन में हम लोग काफ़ी मस्ती किया करते, लेकिन कभी कभी उनकी वैनिटी में जाके ऐसे मस्ती कर लेता उनके साथ. जब मैं यश के
He
साथ
is
वो
like a
जाता था.
friend to us, मतलब कभी ऐसा लगा नहीं कि वो एक सीनियर एक्टर है. एक प्रेशर नहीं था हम पे कि हम किसी सीनियर एक्टर्स के साथ काम करें. वो हमारे फादर का रोल, इनफैक्ट स्क्रीन पे जितना हम डरे डरे रहते हैं उसके कम्प्लीटली ऑपोजिट हम ऑफ स्क्रीन रहते थे. मजाक मस्ती, इधर उधर की बातें, ये सब चलती रहती थी. तो बहुत ही फन लविंग पर्सन है वो. मतलब सीरियसली मुझे तो लगता नहीं कि एक्चुअल लाइफ में वो ऐसे राजेश सर जैसे स्क्रीन पे दिखते ऐसे है नहीं. और
And also Akshay, such a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
Did you get to spend enough time with him, with Akshay Oberoi?
we did.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of scenes with him.
Yes.
Even I didn't, but I didn't have. They had.
Yeah.
I had
And
Akshay Oberoi basically is trying to manage their careers.
Yeah.
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 he's a manager.
But no, he's also a very fun-loving person.
Yeah, yeah.
The good thing about the cast and the crew and everyone on set was that it's a very warm, and everyone had a certain sense of humor. So even when there was a little bit of pressure and there were a little bit of nerves, anyone used to just crack a joke, and everything used to be very harmonious.
No
after
one made
that.
us feel that we are newcomers actually, or we are young to them, or we are juniors to them. They were all
Yeah.
really good to us, and they all treated us equally as
और स्कूल में 2-3 बहुत खूबसूरत लड़कियां हैं यार। तुमने अपने दोस्तों को बताया हरिद्वार में कि मैं बॉम्बे में शूटिंग कर रहा हूँ, 2-3 खूबसूरत लड़कियां हैं। क्या स्कूल है आपका? वो मैक्स वाइनबर्ग एकेडमी।
2-3
उनसे दोस्ती हुई कि नहीं?
लड़कियों से?
हाँ।
अरे बहुत अच्छी दोस्ती थी हमारी। हम सब पांचों एक साथ घूमने जाया करते थे ऐसे, लाइक रात को जब ऐसे हम कभी कभी ऐसे लाइक बहुत फन किया हमने उनके साथ।
मतलब पैकअप के बाद किया?
पैकअप के बाद किया,
मतलब घूमे फिरे थोड़ा।
हाँ
चलो अच्छा है यार।
हैव फन।
हाँ, कुछ मस्ती भी होनी चाहिए ना, काम ही करते रहेगा आदमी तो क्या है।
We all were like a family.
लड़कियों से ज्यादा इसको सबसे अच्छा जावेद ही लगा।
I wanted to get into that, but I'll be giving a little bit of the story away. But it's an interesting relationship, you know, and it's very interesting the way I'm sure that relationship between Manjunath and Javed continues in season 2. Yeah, it does. No, you get to see different aspects of it.
Yes.
I love the way the detailing of the school has happened. So where is that? Was that again different locations or just one location?
St. Andrews.
That was also St. Andrews. Very nice, like a heritage building, and so you know it lends itself very beautifully to the camera. Okay, now you are going to tell me about your favorite Netflix shows, and you're not allowed to say Selection Day. तो क्या Netflix पे क्या अच्छा लगा आपको?
अब रिसेंटली मैंने दिल्ली क्राइम देखा,
बहुत अच्छा शो था ना?
बढ़िया शो है। फिर सीक्रेट गेम्स तो है ही,
और उसके बीच में अब सिलेक्शन डे भी आ गया। अच्छा,
तो-
नार्कोस देखते हैं आप? क्या
हाँ, नार्कोस
बात है
देखता
यार।
हूँ।
मेक्सिको वाली देखी है आपने कि पहले?
मैंने सब सीजन देखे नार्कोस के। सीक्रेट गेम्स है, फिर हाल ही में मैंने हाउस ऑफ कार्ड्स कंप्लीट किया।
क्या बात है।
तो
वो थोड़ा मैच्योर शो है, मतलब पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में ये वो एंजॉय किया आपने उसको?
बहुत मतलब बस देखते गया, वो एक लिंक लग गई तो मैंने वो 6 के 6 सीजन कंप्लीट, मतलब जो और 2-3 शो देख रहा था वो मैंने थोड़ा पॉज कर लिया। अभी फ्रेंड्स आया है नेटफ्लिक्स पे, तो वो रीवॉच कर रहा हूँ मैं सारे एपिसोड्स। तो ये तो है ही, और 1-2 ऑरेंज इज द न्यू ब्लैक वगैरह मेरे शोज है चालू अभी।
How cool is it that you know you've been binge watching all these wonderful shows and suddenly you're on that platform?
Yeah.
How are your friends reacting?
It's actually quite surprising that you know a platform like Netflix gives us an opportunity to be suddenly in the you know at a stage where you know everyone in the world can see it. And it was rather funny because when I was talking to a few friends of mine in Australia, they were like, "What Kaz?" So they all called me Kaz. You're on Netflix show.
Why
man.
Kaz?
It's easier. It's Karanvir Malhotra is a long name. You know, even I forget to sometimes pronounce it because it's a little bit of a twister.
Yeah, and
So-
Aussies will be Aussies. They have to have a pet name for all their friends.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kaz. Yeah.
So so in fact they watched the show and they really liked it, and I suddenly felt like a very big star that all these people from different cultures and from different vocabularies are watching a show like Selection Day and appreciating my work, which I didn't think could happen probably 5 years back. I didn't see that happening, so it is a great feeling in fact, and it just it's very exciting.
What would be your favorite shows? What have you binge watched?
I recently finished watching OA, which is very interesting, and I watched Narcos before that. I watch a lot of stand-ups because that's something that's very accessible because of a platform like Netflix, because it was hard to find stand-ups before. So I like Chris Rock, I like Veer Das is good. So yeah, I watch a lot of comedy, and I like the new shows that are being made and that talk about the multiverse and other dimensions and stuff like that, because it has some great VFX, all the shows, and it's so good to watch them because there's, especially with the sound and the visuals that they have, it's extremely mesmerizing.
तो ये जो मंजू का रिश्ता है जावेद के साथ, ये करते हुए थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल फील हुआ शुरुआती दौर में?
नहीं, कभी नहीं हुआ। स्टार्टिंग में हमारी इतनी बॉन्डिंग थी नहीं जावेद की मेरी। जावेद का मेरा थोड़ा बहुत लाइक इंटरेक्शन था थोड़ा बहुत जावेद के साथ मेरा, तो स्टार्टिंग में इतना नहीं हुआ। फिर बाद में पता चलता गया क्या क्या होने वाला है, और अभी तो उसके बाद ठीक है।
लेकिन आपके कैरेक्टर को लिखा बहुत खूबसूरती के साथ लिखा गया है। अगर देखें तो एक तो आपका क्रिकेट का साइड है और दूसरा आप साइंस में रुचि रखते हैं उसमें, और बहुत अच्छा डिटेलिंग उसमें किया गया है आपका। साइंस में रुचि रखते हैं वाकई कि नहीं रखते?
बिल्कुल नहीं,
मतलब जीरो है।
मैं मार्क्स ही मेरे 10% आते थे 100 में से।
उस हिसाब से तो बहुत अच्छा काम किया है साहब ने इसमें, एकदम कन्विंसिंग रोल किया आपने। बट रियली वेरी वेरी वेल रिटन. और आप नेटफ्लिक्स पे क्या पसंद करते हैं, क्या देखा है आपने सिलेक्शन डे के अलावा?
मैं एक्चुअली अभी अपना शूट में बिजी था तो इस वजह से मैं ज़्यादा देख नहीं पाया, लेकिन मैंने दिल्ली क्राइम देखी भी, उसमें राजेश सर थे. और
अब किस शूट में बिजी हैं आप तो एकदम हार्ड वर्किंग एक्टर हैं यार. एक
मैं-
प्रोजेक्ट खत्म हुआ नहीं दूसरे में कूद गए.
मैं एक्चुअली अभी छिछोरे कर रहा हूँ, नितेश तिवारी की मूवी है. सो उसमें सुशांत सिंह राजपूत और श्रद्धा कपूर है और वरुण शर्मा है. अभी उनके साथ रिसेंटली काम कर रहा था, 25 डेज़ का शूट था उनके साथ, तो मैं कंटिन्यूस शूट ही कर रहा था. तो फिर भी मैंने दिल्ली क्राइम देखी कि उसमें राजेश सर थे. मेरे को देखना था कि राजेश सर ने कैसा किया, एक ईमानदार पुलिस ऑफिसर.
Lovely. Selection Day streams, season 2 streams from tomorrow, the 19th. Go watch it, you guys, and enjoy these wonderful performances by these 3 stellar boys. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for running by Yash,
Thank you.
Javed, Manju. Cheers. Bye bye.
Thank you.